What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope y'all having a great day so far. Great morning so far. So this episode of GH was I was supposed to do this review yesterday. I was gonna have it uploaded last night. I was gonna record it and have it uploaded last night. But literally, I was out for like 11, 12 hours yesterday. So I left the house probably around noon. I didn't get back until sometime 1 o'clock in the morning. So it was way too late by the time I got home, and I was dead tired. So I was like, you know what? I'll just do the video in the morning, have it uploaded. So getting into this, listen, Jason, my whole thing about Jason is when it comes to, his feelings towards Franco and Elizabeth and stuff like that, he's honest with Elizabeth to a fault about how he feels. Elizabeth a lot of times just does not like the answers that Jason gives her. But it's him being honest. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't expect anything less. When he came over there to check on Elizabeth and stuff like that, Elizabeth basically accused him of being happy that Franco, was potentially leaving town and all that stuff. And Jason admitted it. Like, yeah, he's somewhat, he's not sad about the possibility of Franco leaving, but he doesn't want to see Elizabeth and the kids hurt. He don't want to see them in pain. He doesn't enjoy seeing them hurt by this. That he doesn't enjoy. But my thing about Jason is, he was being realistic with Elizabeth. You know what I'm saying? Because she's so hopeful and happy at the possibility of Andre fixing Franco and getting him back to normal. But just like Hayden was yesterday or Tuesday, they're just being honest with Elizabeth and letting her know, like, you may not get the outcome that you're fighting so hard for. You know what I mean? Like, they're just trying to prepare her for that possibility. And I respect it, because in this situation, you have to be realistic. You know what I'm saying? I think it would be so stupid to sit in her face and be like, yeah, Andre's going to fix this. Yeah, we're going to get Franco's memories back. They're not doing that because they know realistically that may not be the case. It may not be so simple. You know what I mean? It might not be that simple and plain, that cut and dry. So he's trying to prepare her for that, and that's what Hayden was trying to do too. But I respect that from, about Elizabeth. She made it perfectly clear to Jason. She's not going to stop fighting for Franco. She made that perfectly clear. And I respect the hell out of her for it. I respect that, you got to fight for, the ones you love. You have to. You know what I mean? She refuses to, back down, and she refuses to lose. Well, it's not really about winning or losing, but I think you get the gist of what I'm saying. Like, she ain't about to, let go of this. And I, for one, can't say I blame her. I did like the scene with Cameron and Trina and Kim and Franco in the park. I like that scene. Because when Cameron saw Franco and Kim kissing, he was ready to go over there, and beat on his chest and be macho, and you know what I mean? But Trina stopped him. Trina was like, nope. Don't go over there just yet. So they chose to eavesdrop. Franco was just putting it out there that, when he leaves town, he wants Kim to leave with him. And Kim was like, no, she can't, because it would hurt Elizabeth. And, she loves Julian. And, Franco wasn't hearing it. He was just like, well, he has no feelings towards Elizabeth and her kids because he doesn't remember them. And he can't be the person that everybody in that town want him to be or expect him to be. You know what I mean? So he just want to cut his losses and leave. Kim needs major help. I mean, just when you thought that she was getting all her mental faculties back, she was, thinking clear again. Clearly she's not. She needs help because she's fully aware that Franco is not Drew. She's fully aware that Franco is very married to her friend, Elizabeth. Like, you're fully aware of these things, and yet you're sitting there talking to Franco as if he's Drew. Then you're sitting there letting him kiss you, and you're basically kissing him back. Like, you're aware of these things, but yet you're letting all of this happen anyway. But like I said before, she doesn't love Franco, obviously. She loves the memories of Drew. Of the past, the Drew that she knew. You know what I'm saying? When she came to Port Charles and stuff, and she thought Drew was, when she bumped into Jason and thought he was Drew, and then when she bumped into the real Drew, she was hoping that he would have those memories of their past. And when he didn't, You know, she just had to move on from that and accept it. But now she has a second chance. It's not about Franco for her. It's about the memories. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's kind of dumb when you think about it, but she's not in her right frame of mind. Like, she's really not. So I think somebody need to force her to get some help or something. Like, they really, really do. Because even Alexis, you know, Alexis was trying to offer her a restraining order against Franco. But she's sitting there talking about, no, she don't want to do that because Franco, you know, for right now, she's the only face that he know. I'm like, Kim, don't go down this road. Don't do this. Go get some help. Clearly you need it bad. You know, don't do this. But I like the way Cameron stepped up. You know, Cameron was pissed. You know what I'm saying? Like, he know that Franco's not in his right mind. He know Franco doesn't have those memories back. He knows that. But it still pisses him off to see that this guy who's running around claiming to be Drew is just so cold when it comes to him and Elizabeth and their family. He's just, you know, cold. And Cameron is getting tired of it. Whereas some people are tiptoeing around Franco, trying to be more coddle, you know, trying to coddle him and stuff like that. Cameron's showing some tough love. You know, Cameron and mainly I would say Cameron and Obrecht. They're the main ones that's been showing him tough love. You know, while everybody else has been talking gently and, you know, coddling, they're like, no, we're not going to do that. Y'all can do that and see if that works, but we going to do the, you know, the gangster approach. You know, we going to smack him in the face. We going to, you know, yell in his face and yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? And they're just trying to take different approaches to it. And I think Cameron is just upset also because he got that survivor's remorse because he felt like it should have been him in that chair. But what I'm wondering is, since Kim is so in love with these old memories and kissing and stuff like that, what would have happened if if they did go through with the memory mapping on Cameron and it worked and he became 2012, pre-2012 Drew? Would she be kissing all up on a teenager? That's food for thought. You know, that made me think a few days ago, like, if it was Cameron, would she be all up on Cameron trying to, you know, have feelings for a little boy? You know what I mean? Like, it makes you think sometimes. But I'm like, you know, Kim just needs to snap out of it. But I do love Cameron stepping up. You know, Cameron's definitely been stepping up for Liz, you know, helping out with the boys more, taking them back to school shopping and getting all up in Franco's face because he's come to like Franco. You know what I'm saying? Remember how cold and angry he was with Franco before? That was because he had that wall up because he was worried about, you know, people leaving. You know, he done seen men come and go. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't want that to happen again. And just when he let his guard down, Franco's gone now. You know what I mean? His worst fear just became a reality. And I think that's what more so got him pissed off too. You know, it's like every time you let somebody in your life and stuff like that, they just abandon you, you know, and he probably feels that way. But I love that he's just stepping up to the plate and trying to help wherever he can, you know, because they're going to need it right about now. Honestly, I think Julian is starting to see the situation for what it may be. You know what I'm saying? He's starting to see the situation. He keeps talking about how Kim might be confused. That's why he really wanted to hurry up and get out of town. I think in the back of his mind, he knows that what Elizabeth is saying brings some truth to it. About Kim maybe wanting Franco and stuff because because he thinks he's Drew and he got those old memories and he's reminiscing about the past. Like, I think Julian is starting to see that what Elizabeth said, it may be coming true. Because before he just, you know, brushed it off and said, oh, she's being a little ridiculous. And no, she was being honest because Elizabeth saw the situation for what it was becoming. And now I think Julian's starting to do the same thing. That's why he's trying to rush this paperwork through to sell the pub. But of course, he's going to have to stay in Port Charles at least another week, according to Alexis, because there's a problem with the paperwork. Obviously, it's a stall tactic, but okay. But he's going to have to stay in town, which he's not happy about because he's trying to get himself and Kim the hell out of there quickly. Because the more time she's there and she's around Franco and he's wandering around acting like Drew, the more it hurts their chances of actually leaving and her falling for Franco, who she thinks is Drew. She's just clearly not her right frame of mind, though. Like, Julian need to do something, because you could tell, like, Julian's only going to put up with this for so much longer. You know what I'm saying? At some point, he gonna be like, all right, he getting tired of the BS. Like, you know that's Franco. You know that's not Drew. You know, Franco talking about, oh, but he feels like he's more Drew than the actual Drew. I was like, yeah, okay. I feel bad for Liz because I already know Cameron is going to end up telling her about the kiss. Like, he's definitely going to tell her about the kiss that he saw between Kim and Franco, which will confirm her earlier assessment to Julian. So basically, it would confirm what she already felt about Kim trying to snake her way into her husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just confirming that what she already knew. That's pretty much all it is at this point. I think it was nice of Julian to have those trust fund papers drawn up for Wiley. But I'm pretty sure once the truth comes out, he's going to have to rescind that trust. Hopefully they get the ball rolling. When will Michael find out that he has a son? When the boy is 18? 50? Like, when are you going to find this information? Like, we need to wrap that story up. We got so much going on that storyline is lingering. That probably won't be wrapped up until November, more than likely. Like, the storyline been going on for a whole year. My goodness. The payoff better be major. I'm saying, I know the actors are going to bring it. When the reveal comes out, I know the actors are going to destroy it. But we need to get the ball rolling. The payoff better be huge. I'm just saying, for them stalling like this. Honestly, when it comes to Mac being back as chief of detectives, I like it. A lot of people like it. I understand Maxie's reservations about him going back. I mean, she's happy for him and stuff that he's back to doing what he loves to do, you know, fighting crime. But I get why she's hesitant about him going back, because she already lost a husband in the line of duty. She doesn't want to lose Mac the same way. So, you know, she has anxiety now about it. So I totally get it. But, you know, her assessment saying that, you know, Mac and Nathan and all of them are just alike because they always want to be heroes and stuff. What Maxie needs to understand, and this is the same thing I said about Lulu, clearly you don't know these men that well if you think that that's really what their being a cop is all about. It's not about being a hero. That's not what they care about. They took an oath to protect and serve the community. That's what they hold dear. You know what I'm saying? It's not about being a hero. It's about justice being served, protecting your community. That's what it's about for them. It ain't all about that wild, wild west gunslinging and, oh, I want to be the next Walker, Texas Ranger or a big hero or something. That's not what it's about. That's not what it's about. It's about protecting your people. You know what I'm saying? Keeping them safe. Justice being served. Criminals getting locked up where they, you know, being in prison where they belong. That's what it's about. It's about the justice system. It's not about being a hero. You know, being a town gunslinger. That's not what it's about. You know, that's what Maxie needs to understand. It's not about that for them. Especially not for Mac. You know, they love what they do. You know, they get satisfaction out of solving murders and putting the right people in prison where they belong so they can't commit these crimes again. And nobody else has to be a victim to it. That's what this is about for them. But I understand her reservations, though. I get it. You know, after what happened to Nathan and stuff like that, she's afraid for Mac. You know? I mean, obviously, I don't think I think in the past she might have had, you know, reservations about Mac's career and stuff like that. But, you know, she never really made a big stink out of it until now because of Nathan. But I get it. You know, she's worried about him. That's all good, you know. I wouldn't expect nothing less from Maxie, to be honest. Peter. You are trying to square up with the wrong man. Trust me. Robert Scorpio is your enemy is not a smart move. I'm just saying. And he was so arrogant, too, when he was talking to Robert. When Robert was basically saying, like, you know, people going to see that dark side in you. You know what I'm saying? And he's sitting there trying to put Robert on notice. Basically telling Robert, oh, you keep coming for me. Eventually, Mac and Maxie are going to defend me and stuff like that. Excuse you? Maxie may defend you. But trust me, Robert going to listen to his brother for the better part. You know, Mac he's not all team Peter. You know what I'm saying? Best believe that. Mac is definitely not 100% Team Peter. So if Robert get the bug in Mac ear and be like, yo, just watch him, da-da-da-da, Mac is going to listen to it. He might act like he not, but he going to listen. Because he know Robert. And he know how Robert's instincts are. So I'm pretty sure, he might give Robert some flack for a second about it. But eventually he'll listen. Felicia's another Peter supporter, mainly because of Maxie. She was basically telling Robert to back off and stuff like that and leave Peter alone. I'm like, Felicia, if you only knew. Like, if you only knew. I understand, Felicia wanting Robert to back off because she sees that Maxie is happy and stuff, but you should take heed when Robert tells you something. Because Robert ain't the type to blow smoke. Now, if he's telling you that there may be some danger looming, you better listen. Because Robert has been a part of this for a long time, and he know the signs. He knows how to smell BS from a mile away, so you might want to listen. Keep your guard up. It's all right if you want to still be Team Peter, but what he's telling you is keep your guard up. Don't, lower your guard. Keep your eye on the kid, But, when they got the call from Jordan to get to the hospital because of Andre and stuff, of course, Peter gonna follow. Mac had reviewed the surveillance system and saw that Andre showed up, pulled up in a car, got out, and he collapsed in the ER. He collapsed in the emergency room. Apparently, he had a stab wound to that. Apparently, he was stabbed in the abdomen or whatever. So now they need to figure out who stabbed him. And of course, Peter shows up in Andre's room. Peter, you know what? I'm on Robert's side even more now. I feel like Robert needs to take his ass down. Because I'm definitely not Team Peter. Definitely not. What else are you hiding? Because why are you so anxious to kill off Andre? Or at the very least, keep him in a coma. Like, Peter's hiding something way more than what he's been saying to people. Probably way more than what Shiloh blackmailing him with. He's definitely hiding more. And it somehow has to do with Andre. The PCPD, honestly, I will say, they need to learn how to keep Jason out of their investigation. Because when Jason came to the hospital wanting to know about Andre and stuff, Epiphany wasn't going to tell him because it was, confidential. But Mac was telling Epiphany that Jason's a part of the investigation. Since when? Why are y'all letting him be a part of y'all investigation? He's a hitman for the mob. He's not a lawman. So why he's not a law enforcement officer? Clearly. Like, they need to keep Jason the hell out of their investigation. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like, he has no reason to be a part of this. I mean, yeah, he's connected to it, because of the whole brain mapping situation. But legally, he shouldn't be a part of this. They got to stop bringing hitmen and mobsters in to help with their investigations. Like, stop doing that. Because now you have some pretty smart people that's backing law enforcement locally. So, y'all should be able to solve this without bringing in a hitman. I'm just saying. But anyway, that's pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about today's episode. I will see y'all all later. Peace.